Hey people, Alsmillions, just want to touch base with you today and talk to you about a few things. It is so important that we really focus in on how we do business. I mean, I tell you, the reason why a lot of us are not making the kind of money we want to make is because we aren't making the kind of customers or the kind of clients or friends that we need to make. A person that comes in the first time as a customer, a person that repeats himself and comes to you every time it becomes a client. But you want to go one step further and you want to lock him in and make him a friend. If you make your client your friend or your customer your friend, you will never have a problem with making money in this business. The biggest problem I think a lot of barbers have is that they're so impersonal. They don't know how to make friends with people. So when a customer comes in, the customer comes in, gets a cut, they give you the money, and you say thank you very much. They walk out the door, and you assume because of that situation, that little transaction, that little meeting, that person is going to say, you know what, that's my new barber. It happens sometimes, but most of the time it doesn't happen because you have not locked the person in. You have not made the person feel important. You have not made the person feel like you really want their business. So the whole idea of making a client your friend is common sense. Why would you want to make a client your friend? Well, the first thing is there's devotion. There is a reason why we have friends. We have friends because friends feel indebted to us. For instance, if I had a friend that came to the barber shop, it is understood. It's an unwritten rule that he's going to sit in my chair. She's going to sit in my chair. If you're my friend, you come to my shop, then it's understood that you're going to sit in my chair. I mean, what kind of friend would you be if you come to the shop and you sit in somebody else's chair? It doesn't even make sense. If you come to the shop now, if you go to somebody else's shop, then you can sit where you want to. But if you come to the shop that I'm working in, it's understood. I'm a barber. I'm a stylist. So it's understood that you're going to sit in my chair, even if I'm not the best person in the shop. Even if I'm not the best barber or stylist in the shop, it's understood that I get your business because I'm your friend. See? And because we're friends, I'm also your barber. Because we're friends, I'm also the person that styles your hair. See? So what you want to do really, the first meeting is to begin to establish a relationship with your customer. You want to find something that the two of you have in common. You want to find some common ground. Now, I mean, that doesn't mean you start asking questions and what church you go to and who you do and this and that and what school you went to. No, you let the customer talk. Let the customer talk. If you let the customer talk, the customer will tell you everything you need to know. If the customer doesn't talk, then you don't push it. But most times, if you're comfortable, if you're outgoing, if you have a good personality, people will talk. And after they talk, they will begin to tell you things that will give you information about what it is that they do, and then you can find some common ground. You'll find out that they're a Giants fan. You can find out that they're Eagles fan. You can find out that they go to church or don't go to church. You can find out whatever, because they will say it. And then you find common, you say, oh, you do? Check it out. I'm a Giants fan too. Good. So now you got some common ground. Now you got some things that both of you may be married, both of you may not be married, whatever the case may be. You find common ground. Once you find common ground, now you've established some type of way of communicating with each other. Then, of course, you want to go ahead and make sure you do your consultation. Always want to do a consultation with a new client. A new customer comes in, you want to find out what they are concerned about, what their weaknesses are, if they have a pimple or a mole on their head, or they're concerned about the bumps on the back of their neck or underneath their neck, or they're concerned about their hairline. You want to know about that so you can address that in some way. One of the things that I've done really in my business, I've been able to lock my customers in through the products I sell. I sell bump killer, and the bump killer that we provide works. It must work. The product must work. If the product does not work, then there's no need giving the customer the product. If they put the bump killer on and don't work, then you've defeated the purpose. See, if you tell them you're a good barber and then you mess their hair up, you defeated their purpose. So whatever you promise the customer, you must be able to bring it to pass. Okay? So you address issues that they're concerned about. Then you proceed to show them a way of cutting. Okay? So everything I do it repeatedly over again, you know, purposely, so they see things that I do. So I have my combs lined up, I have my clippers lined up, and I spray everything right in front of their face. I may have sprayed it 5 minutes before they got there, but I'll spray it again because I want them to see me spray, because I'm setting a precedent. I'm setting a standard in which they're going to remember subconsciously. They're going to remember the standard, and whenever they go in somebody else's chair, they're going to say, you know, this guy didn't spray his clippers, and the other guy, you know, he sprayed his clippers. You know, they're going to see me do certain things every single time, the same way, so that they feel comfortable with me. And if it's not done, they will know. Okay? So I'm locking this customer in. I'm making myself available to this customer every time, because now I want to make sure that this customer is has my number, has you know, the understanding that they can make an appointment. I'm going to have his information, his contact information. And when am I going to get that? I'm going to get that as soon as he got in the chair and says to me, he likes to cut. If he likes to cut, the first thing I'm going to do is pull out my appointment book. Okay? Because I'm going to lock him in right now. I'm going to say, well, so how often do you get your hair cut? Every 2 weeks? Okay, how about the week of the 14th? Okay? March the 14th. That's a Wednesday. You know, how about that? You know, 2 o'clock? Fine. Put him in. Can I get your telephone number? Email address? Why am I doing that? So I can contact him. Something goes wrong, the shop burned down, I move, whatever, I can still contact this customer. All this, let people walk away and, bye, thank you very much, have a good day, see you next time. That's crazy. The man's in the chair. The man just told you he liked your work. She just told you that she loves the way you style. So what are you waiting for? You put them in your book. So that means you must get an appointment book. If you don't have an appointment book, you are playing games. You need to have an appointment book. Because the only way you're going to make your customer, your client, your friend, is to know who they are. To be able to contact them. Okay? So then you've done that. You got their information now, their contact information. Once they come back, okay, for the second trip, the second time, they have demonstrated to you that they are serious about you being their barber or stylist. So now, the only thing you got to do now is just continue to give a good service. You know, you now show them that the hairline is coming back, the bumps are going away, whatever concerns they may have had before, you've addressed them, and they're happy about the cut. They got compliments. Their wife likes it. Their husband likes it. So now, what's happening? They're comfortable with you. They like you. You're personable. And so all of a sudden, there's a friendship developing. All of a sudden, you know, this person is now calling you up and saying, hey, you know, I'm on my way. I'll be there in about 10 minutes. You know, do you want something to drink? You want something to eat? When we bring you something? You know, why is that happening? Because the customer likes you. The customer respects you because you respect the customer. All right? And now, all of a sudden, this customer becomes your friend. And you're locking this customer into you. And into you only. And that's how you want to do it. Every one of your customers. You don't want any of your customers just to be your customer. Because if that's the case, they have no allegiance to you. They have no reason to come back to you. So you need to make them your friend. You need to make sure that they are comfortable with you. You know, so when you're cutting their hair, you say, well, you know, Joe, I just wanted to touch base with you. How did you like the cut last week? Was everything okay? You know, did your wife like it? Oh yeah, man, it was fine. It was great. You know, I really appreciate you know how professional you are. You know, so this affirms what you already thought, but now you know that you're on the right track. See, and before you know it, you know, this customer is now a client, and this client is now a friend. Okay, and if he becomes a friend, if she becomes a friend, you're going to have somebody that's going to follow you throughout your career. They're going to recommend friends. They're going to recommend relatives. They're going to recommend coworkers because they respect your style. They respect your craft, they respect your professionalism, and they want you to be successful. And so whatever they got to do, you know, if that means bring in customers, they're going to do it. Because why? They're your friend. See, stop making your customers just customers. Stop letting them just be people that you just see and just associations with. You know, I've seen customers come in and they sit in someone's chair and the barber cuts the person's hair, don't speak, don't talk to him. The guy gets his hair cut, gets up, gives the money, boom, that's it. Don't even shake his hand. So this guy is not coming back to him. There's no reason to. There's no allegiance. There's no reason for him to come back because he was cold. He was impersonable. He wasn't you know, charismatic. He wasn't a magnet. He didn't draw him in. There was nothing about this individual that made that customer want to be locked in. That's why you have customers chair hopping and going from shop to shop and from chair to chair, because they have not found that barber, that stylist, that has locked in on making them feel comfortable and making them feel like a friend. Okay? So if you want to be successful in this business, in this barbering business, as a stylist, and have plenty of good customers that are going to support you and be there for you, and I'm telling you, just be there for you when times get hard, then you want to use these techniques. You want to make sure that you lock them in. Don't wear people out. Don't be, you know, don't be too, you know, too grabby. Don't be desperate, you know, because people can pick that up too. So, but you want to let them know that you respect them as a customer. You respect their jobs. You respect who they are, and after a while, you'll find out that this client is now looking to be your friend. And that doesn't mean you have to go out and have drinks, or you have to go eat to their house to eat, or you got to go hang out. It don't mean that. It just means that this man, this woman realizes that this is the barber, this is the stylist that I want doing my hair, and I feel comfortable with. And that's all you really want. Okay? Look, take care of yourselves. Talk to you soon.